So we're back for another Throwback Thursday in Deer Hunter 2005 today, and we have some information that we were missing last time, and one of the big things is in the rules section here. We can change our difficulty, and Expert should be the one with a lot better sized deer. So I think the fact that we saw 4 spikes might have been because we were on the easy difficulty, so that should help us see in bigger deer. And I had talked about wanting a range-finding optic. The entire time I actually had one with me. The spotting scope apparently has range-finding capabilities, so that should help us as well. And I want to head straight into Utah for mule deer because that was the thing I hunted the most as a kid. And especially on the higher difficulty, I think we should be able to run into some good size ones. So I think we are set to go. We'll kind of choose our spawn location. I think we'll stay on Castle Rock because being up high was good. And we'll see if we can find some better sized bucks. So naturally the first thing we'd find is a mule deer doe. But it is nice just to have that range finding capability and know that it's right within where we're actually sighted in for with our 308. So I think we'll go for a frontal shot. I think it's the first time we've actually gotten the dropping animation with that. And we'll kind of pay attention because I've gotten pretty good at losing track of the deer entirely. Kind of southeast. That is a decent looking buck. I don't know where he was hiding. Can we maybe get a shot at that? I still have not figured out the leads. We might have hit him. Okay. So I grabbed the GPS thing. I think the blue dot is... Okay, we can make a mark. Mark here. And I think the blue dot's our horse. That was the thing that I was worried about, like losing that. But we might be alright. I just hope we got that, because I couldn't tell how big it was, but I've not done very well when seeing a deer and trying to go after it so far in this game, so if he's not hit, I'm not too sure what to think. So I actually couldn't even find the doe there first, but at least we got that. And what we're going to do is once again mark our location, and at least we can kind of go back to that if we can't find the buck. But he was somewhere like off in this direction, and that's about all I know. Actually, it's not him, is it? There's something right over there. I think it's just a badger. No, that kind of looks like antlers. And it absolutely is. So how big was he actually? I think last time our best was in the 120s. We'll get down to get a better view of him. Definitely better than the one we got before. 154 for that guy. That's our best buck in general. I think they got to get a good bit bigger to be world record. But nice to see the expert difficulty immediately paying off. I'm not sure how that would be a 150 scoring buck if our last one was just 155, but it's another buck, and if he'll kind of just come out of the brush there, should be right about in range again for the 308, so shouldn't have to aim high. It's actually kind of turning our way. That was not the drop shot I was hoping for, but let's just kind of keep an eye on him rather than trying to throw shots in his direction, because I would imagine that's going to bring him down. Although he's still running pretty fast at the moment. He still hasn't gone down. He's betting, but I'm not sure where that would have hit. He's down now. I'm surprised he just ran around that long, though. Actually, just kind of looking at that, he's in the brush, but I think we hit him in the neck. And then, yeah, 127. That actually makes a lot more sense. And I think, yeah, that's all 3 tags filled, so we'll head back. I do want to actually take a look at the 150 that we shot compared to the others, just to get an idea of what we're looking for. And I saw that our rank icon changed, so it was apparently around 10 that it does. That's the 127 we just shot. He actually looks more even in the lodge than he did live. And then for the 150, it's mass immediately that I notice. Like going between them. That's the biggest thing. So that's actually good to know. Gonna be good to look for. And I like that. Cool to actually see a good sized buck. So I think we're going to go straight back into Utah if we go to the right screen here. And I want to spawn where we killed the bigger buck, because that seemed to be a good area. I think it was somewhere like up in here. I don't know how we got this close. I can see with a third person camera that there's a pretty decent looking buck right there. Says it's a non-typical. Let's see if we can get a shot at through there, because it's definitely not as easy to see in first person Can we just kind of guess? He's actually walking our way. Trying to have a clear shot's not easy, but that's got to be roughly in the chest. I don't know how we're just going prone here, but if we can hopefully figure out where he got to, because I completely lost sight of him. Oh, he's just going down right there. I think that'll be our second not typical mule deer. And for the first time, I'm actually seeing tracks and blood, so that's kind of good to know what to look for. We definitely hit him kind of high right in the neck there. But 123, kind of similar to the size of the rest. Something's running off out there. I don't know if that was a buck or a doe, but still have a tag for both, so I guess we'll go that way. At least assuming that's the same animal. It's actually a decent-sized doe again. I'm not sure about, like, where she is. I don't know if we can get a drop shot. We got him a little high, I think, because it's like 220 yards. Hopefully that's going to get her. I really don't know enough about some of the stuff in this game to be going for shots like that, but I left my horse way behind, so we're just going to have to go on foot. But if we just kind of go directly to where we hit her, we just saw what blood and tracks look like, so I think we'll be able to find her. I'm relatively certain that's her. So I guess we didn't hit her that well. There was blood back there. But if we can just kind of put a better shot on her this time, that'll just bring her down. And I think this doe was actually bigger. I saw up to like, yeah, 185. But not sure if once you've hit one, you can actually shoot another. And I gotta get used to the whole going prone thing instead of just standing back up. I'll probably look just to make sure, but I think we're so far away from our horse right now that we're probably going to have to just stay on foot. That was 149 pounds, so the guess was close. And yeah, horse is pretty far away. We left her down by that mountain, so I guess we'll just kind of look for high points and hope to be able to spot a buck in the distance. I don't think I ever got to see this as a kid. It's not the best animation, but 2 bucks fighting, and the back one is a, if we can get that to come up again, 15.198 guess mule deer buck. Double drop time as well. So I don't even know what to do here. Like, I don't know how long they're gonna fight, but I don't want to accidentally hit the wrong one, because we only have the 1 tag remaining. So I guess we'll kind of just watch them do this for a little while. But they're just scooting our way, so I think what we'll do is when they end up being, like, slowed down a little, we'll try to get a shot at this guy. Looks like we're going to be able to drop him. And actually pretty quickly, the other one's just getting out of there. I was curious to see how he would react, but that was a really good looking buck. That's the same one. So I guess there was just the 2, but yeah, after all that, all the deer seem to be just in one area. Now, my memory of it is that if it was a world record, it would say in the hunting guess, but that could be a rank thing as well. So let's see. 178 score. I feel like it's around 200 that's world record, and doesn't say anything there, but that is going to be all 3 of our tags filled. I want to go and take a look at that. So we finally got like a really good one. And good timing, because I was wanting to switch maps, but I like that. Double drop time, not even. And 178 score. That's a cool looking buck. I'm really quite impressed to see some of this stuff. So we have 3 different non-typical mule deer now, and they're all a slightly different fur type. So we have like a darker brown for the one we just got. Pretty much like a gray for, I think, the one earlier today. And then the one from last time, that's not the same shade of brown as our bigger one there. It's almost like a combination between the gray and the brown. So if we go back to him quickly, you can kind of see the difference. And the body sizes are all different as well. That's just cool to see that kind of stuff on an older game. But I want to go back actually to, I think maybe both Georgia and Illinois. We might give each map 1 chance here, just to kind of see what some bigger whitetail look like. With this map being so flat, I can't imagine it's going to be too bad to find deer. But we can just get our doe tag filled. I try to keep that a little lower. You can see it's up like in the neck. That'll do well enough to just bring her down, but on those frontal shots, we really gotta be careful like what the range is. Because if it's too far like that, we ended up just hitting high, and we had it on the 1 mule deer earlier. they apparently can survive that. But anyway, doe tag out of the way. 168 pound doe apparently. And we can get on to looking for bucks. And at least to start with, we're going to go through like all this open area. Because it's quite easy to see as things continue to render in the distance when a deer comes into render. And without some of the obstacles that Utah had, it's pretty simple, I think, to just kind of see everything in an area. That's not a bad looking buck, at least. Says an 8 point with a guess of 127, so definitely not huge. And I did not look at the range, but that can't be much beyond our normal 308 capabilities, so he's stopping. Definitely not a drop shot, but I assume that's going to bring him down. I mean, he literally went a couple of meters at the most. I'm surprised that he even ran then. Doesn't tell us where we hit him, so we'll never know. But 122 score, pretty much the same as what we've been finding. This is just another one of those hunts where it seems like we can't get away from spikes. That's the second one I've seen. And at this point, I think we might just take him and try to go to Illinois. Because it's been pretty lackluster since the last buck. Since he stopped, I wanted to try to make a heart shot there, but I think we might have been a bit far forward. Not sure if that hit him. Pretty sure something we got in there is going to bring him down, though. Not exactly the best we've done. That might be the smallest spike we've seen, too. Still 216 pounds, though. And yeah, let's actually switch maps. I think that was our last tag anyway. And we'll give one last try in whitetail country. And straight away, that's looking a whole lot better than pretty much everything we saw for the last hour. That says 117 as a 9 point. I wouldn't be surprised if he's bigger. He looks better than the one that we just killed, and I think that one was 122. But we're kind of close-ish, so we'll stay crouched. We'll get out from behind the fence. And I mean, he's walking broadside, so I think we can probably make that shot. We'll even stand up so we can see better. And we're back to actually making drop shots, so hopefully that guy's our best whitetail so far, because we actually haven't gotten a very big one. That was interesting how he twisted around and landed like that. I don't know if we'll see that again, but that's interesting. By the way, what I thought we'd do is spawn on the far east side and just go west through the fields. And pretty quickly we had this guy in front of us, so that was a 129. I think our best whitetail so far, and I'm pretty sure our best whitetail overall was 133. So not too bad. And that was like the first field, so we have a long way to go before we get to the other end, and hopefully there's another buck and a doe waiting for us. I really can't tell, but that deer up there might have antlers. It's only just now getting where we can see it in first person, and it definitely doesn't. But it's a doe. We still need to fill that tag. So we can just get that done. It looked like at a distance there were small antlers, but to be honest at this point, we've shot our fair share of kind of average whitetail bucks. So if it was going to be a buck anyway, and it looks small, we probably would have had to pass it. So good to fill our doe tag. And at this point, one buck tag left. I don't even know where we are as far as like how far we've gone across the fields. 190 pound doe, that might be our biggest. And we're pretty well to the west side, so maybe a couple more to go across yet. Apparently that's an 11 point. And I know we can't shoot deer in the water. So once he's up out of there, I think that was legal to take that shot. We didn't get any kind of warning about it. He still wasn't that big, but it's been quite a struggle to find any decent-sized whitetail, and I'm kind of surprised about that. I thought switching difficulty would be kind of the difference maker, but looking at that guy, and the guess I think was 80, I don't think that's going to be anywhere near that 133. And hopefully at least there's going to be blood. That's right there. And I know he went this way. From there, that's kind of all I know, so I have to run around a bit. And he didn't even really go that far. Looks like we could have been a little further forward and lower. But 96, definitely not our best. But that is another set of tags filled. And unfortunately, not able to best our biggest whitetail. We definitely did it with the mule deer earlier, but our whitetail definitely did not go as well. we had the 96 scoring buck, the 129, and then the spike that we kind of shot a bunch of times, and the 122. So they were all around the same size, but our mule deer definitely went a little smoother. I just now saw that it says it was a 14-point total. When we spotted him, it said 15, so I guess there's not always a guarantee that it's exactly as it says, which kind of makes sense. That's a thing quite often in real life. You see a deer and either miss a point or think you see one that's not there. But I did not realize that could be different. But anyway, good to get a personal best mule deer, and I think next time we'll go for axis deer and roe deer a bit, and maybe even blacktail as well, but since we weren't on the expert difficulty today, I wanted to give that a chance, and it definitely worked out good with the mule deer, and our rank even went up again to camp cook. I don't know how high it goes, but hopefully that's something we can find out in this playthrough. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.